Hi there, welcome to the Diaries channel. My name is Belinda. If you haven't subscribed yet, definitely hit that notification bell so that you get to know when I upload new content. I upload a new video every other week and it's focused on academia, career and lifestyle content. So today's video is an addition to the ACCA series. If you haven't checked out my other videos on the ACCA, definitely have a look. I'm going to link in the description box and also in the top right. So have a look at some of those videos. They're quite useful. And you can also suggest any other topics you'd like me to cover or a Q&A session. Basically things that you'd like me to focus on, you can definitely suggest them. So today's topic is how do you prepare for that exam when you're self-studying? Let's give an example. You've registered for an exam in the June session, the upcoming June session. You've probably purchased your material by now. It could be online tutorials, it could be the actual study text with the workbook. So that's my preferred approach. I actually get the study text itself. I purchase the study text from Amazon or wherever, and then I also purchase the exam kit, so where the questions are. Depending on your preferred learning provider, that's all up to you. But basically by now we're under the assumption that you've purchased all your study material and you're ready to get started, but you're wondering, where do you start? You've literally not come across this content before, probably like me. You haven't seen the content before and you're just wondering how to get started. So a key thing for you to do before you get started with that humongous textbook that you need to cover before your exam. Read the introduction, guys. Read the introduction. I know I used to skip through directly to the first topic, and as much as it might save you time, it is very important to read the introduction because it tells you the context of the module, what has changed, what has been tested before, what you should expect basically. So put it this way, if you are actually attending lectures, there's no lecturer or tutor who's going to literally just go straight in and just start the first topic. They will explain what you should expect. They will probably explain the structure of the module. They'll try to bring it into real life, maybe give real life examples and try and explain the importance of the module. And what this does, it helps you anticipate, know what to expect. And it's very important, so don't dive straight into it. Literally read the introduction part of the book. It also explains the exam format, which is very important because you don't want to pay the same amount of attention and effort in every topic, because not every topic is examined. Or rather, it won't be examined to the same extent. So it's good to understand what you can expect in the exam, what are the questions that come up, what are the key and core parts of the syllabus, so that at least when you get to those topics, you know that if you need to go over them 2 times, 3 times, you do that. But topics that are probably not going to be tested, you can go through them maybe once, just for you to get a feel and to have that general understanding, but you know very well where your effort should be focused. So that's a key reason why I'd encourage all of you to go through the introduction part of the book, because it will be very, very useful. Another thing that I'd urge you to do before you get started is set some objectives. So what exactly do you want to get out of this? Do you want to read through the study text and go through the exam kit at least once? Do you want to go through it twice? Do you want to get just a pass, or do you want to get 80%, 90%? So depending on what your objectives are, then you'll be able to plan yourself and put in the right amount of effort. I know some of you are probably working just like me. You're working and studying at the same time, and it's very tough. So before you get started, you need to have a plan. You know your capacity, you know your bandwidth, you know how much time you have before your exam. So having these objectives and creating a plan will be very, very vital. Because it's purely self-driven, you might find yourself procrastinating and literally the exam is in 2 weeks and you're wondering where to start, you haven't learned anything, leave alone trying to revise. So having a plan and reassessing and rebaselining yourself every few weeks will help you know how much effort you need to put in, how good or how bad things are, and you can then make the right steps. Also, when you're devising your study plan, it's good to actually set aside sessions based on your schedule. Study sessions, how long are they? You know yourself. Do you study? Are you able to concentrate for long? Or you can't? So if you can't concentrate for a long period of time, there's no point putting in a 2-hour study session when you know you're probably going to be productive for only 45 minutes. You'd rather break it down into bite-sized sessions, have maybe a session, then do something else, then have another study session, like that. Also, when you're studying, it's good to narrow down to what exactly you want to cover. You can have an objective of, I want to read 3 topics by the end of this week. For you to achieve that, you probably need maybe 10 sessions based on your own pace, your own study pace, and also your bandwidth and your capacity. So just set realistic goals, create a practical schedule, break it down, and actually literally block some time in your calendar, in your diary, and know that this time I'm going to read topic 1 or half of topic 1. The next session I'm going to go through all the examples in topic 1. The other session I'll start topic 2, or I'll browse through what topic 2 is about, and then the session after that is when you'll actually go through topic 2. So it all depends on how you study. Your study, your preferred study methods, your capacity, so just create a schedule that works for you. Also, you'll see in the Kaplan textbook, they do recommend study methods. They suggest a study method. It's called the SQ3Rs. So it's surveying, question, read, recall, and review. So what does this mean in actual day-to-day? So before you start a topic, you want to read through and see what are the objectives of this topic. What exactly am I going to cover in this topic? Then what's the next thing? You read through the topic. As you're reading through, question what this is about. After you've gone through, ask yourself, because I tend to do this. I'll read through something and then I ask myself, okay, what is this? What are they trying to say here? Does it make sense? Sometimes I'll even Google and try and understand it further. So question as you're reading through. Question and read to me go hand in hand. Then recall. This is usually through the example questions that are usually in between the study text. You can decide to group all of this and do it after you've read, but for me it works better to literally go sequentially. So I finish a subsection, do the example question, check the answer. It works for me, it might not work for you. You can literally arrange it how you want, but that study method tends to work. And then review. This is after you have already done the topic. You could decide to do this at the end. So I do this at the end. This is a case where I've gone through all the topics and now I'm going through past paper questions. That's an example of reviewing what you've gone through. It could be a case when you finish a topic, you want to do exam questions for that topic. So you don't wait to finish the whole syllabus before you start going through past paper questions. That's all your preference. For me, I prefer to finish the whole syllabus, then I do past paper questions, because I find sometimes it needs bits of information from different topics. Lastly is note taking. I literally cannot read without taking notes. So what exactly is note taking? It's not a regurgitation of what you've read. It's best written when you're recalling. So as part of my recall, I'll read a certain subsection. Then I'll literally close the book or put it somewhere I can't see it and write notes based off what I've read. That's my way of checking, have I really understood what I was reading? So if I get stuck, it's fine. I'll open the book and read again. But that's a good telltale sign for me of whether I'm understanding something or not. For you, it could be maybe you actually type out the notes. But note taking for me, I find it quite useful, especially when you're going through past paper questions and you want to quickly have a browse through what that topic was about. You don't want to exactly go through another 20 pages of text on that topic. It's just a quick reminder of what that topic was about, especially when it's like a few days before your exam. You don't want to be overwhelmed with too much. Sometimes you even get discouraged. You feel like, oh my God, I have to go through all of this. And maybe another topic you realize you need to go through certain other things. So taking notes helps with revision and also helps you internalize and understand what you're reading through. So those are just a few tips from my experience. Of course, when you self-study, you'll get a few more other tips as you go along. It gets better with time. Let me know if you have any other questions, any specific things you'd like me to cover, and I'll cover those in future videos. Thank you so much and make sure to subscribe. Bye.